everybody. We're going to do something different and hopefully fun today. It is a live Marvel quiz show and opinion polls. I've come up with 15 questions/opinions, to ask your opinion on stuff. And I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on it. It was much harder to do than I thought it would be. I had a whole hour from when I announced I was going to do this, and I was like, oh, I bet I can come up with like 20 to 30 questions. And I was looking at the clock, and it was tough to come up with 15 because I wanted them to be like really interesting and fun, but not too obscure, just that right balance. But before we get started, it's the start of the week. What does that mean? It means time to gift 5 new memberships. At the beginning of every week, I gift 5 new memberships to try and match the generosity of the BTC community. So here it comes, 5 memberships. I do that at the beginning of every week. Here we go. Come on, YouTube. Process my purchase. Here it comes. Here we go. And there they are, 5 memberships. However, anybody can vote in the polls, as I've made sure was written on the screen. Thank you, Michael. Oh, that was very kind of you. You already gave me that gift of that cool illustration that you made. So it's so nice to see so many of you. If you are a member, you can comment in the chat. Thank you for gifting a membership, Jacob. But anybody who's watching can participate in the polls by just voting in the chat. You'll see something come up. Okay. Thank you, 80s model, for gifting a membership. Now, also at the very end of the live stream, I'm going to open it up to you to have questions, either questions like for a quiz, or what you'd like to poll everybody about for an opinion on the MCU. And what you'll do is you'll have to not only give me the question to put into the polls, thank you, Cat Shack, but also you have to give me 4 options to put into the quiz. All right. Now I'm going to have my quiz questions are going to be written up on the screen, but you also have to give me a minute to put them into the chat so you can vote. All right, so is everybody ready to get started? Oh, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. All right, here we go. First one. All right, so I'm going to put it up as the question there. You can see there. We're going to start off with a really trolly one, okay? And it is, what project broke the MCU, okay? So here, I want to hear your thoughts on that. So what project broke the MCU? Sorry, I can't preload these into the chat. So Thor: Love and Thunder, She-Hulk, Quantumania, and then also Secret Invasion. All right, there you go. Anyone can vote. Here it is. You can see it's at the top of the chat. Anyone can vote. I'm surprised to see Thor: Love and Thunder take such an early lead. That's fascinating. We'll give it about like a minute or so for you to cast your vote. You got to be ready because we got 15 of these to go through. John, I'm so glad you're having fun already. That makes me very happy. I started off and I chose violence. That was the first one. I wanted to start off with a bang. So I'm curious. I have my own thoughts on each of these questions, and I have a little bit of trivia for you for the quiz ones, which are like a quiz. All right, let's see. Oh, Donner, Eternals was almost one of the choices, but I changed it for Thor: Love and Thunder at the last minute, and I'm glad I did because Thor: Love and Thunder is winning. I thought for sure it would be Quantumania, which is currently in second place. So I'll give it another like 30 seconds. And then I'll close it. I'm going to have to just say the results out loud because it'll take too long for me to screenshot them and then load them into the system here that I'm using to stream. Okay, I'm going to end it. All right, here we go. It'll show up in the chat, but I don't think it shows up in the chat if you don't watch it live, so I'm going to say it out loud. So what project broke the MCU? Oh my goodness, you guys voted overwhelmingly for Thor Love and Thunder at 41%, with Quantumania coming in at second place with 27%, She-Hulk at 16%, and then Secret Invasion. I thought that would be a major contender at 14% in last place. I suspect maybe the thing is that you guys feel like it was already broken at that point. Maybe Secret Invasion was the final straw. But it seems, that's right, Jacob. I guess that's true. Thor Love and Thunder trailers look so good. And also, I think it was, Thor Love and Thunder was based on two such wonderful Thor storylines from the comics, Gore the God Butcher and what happened with Jane Foster. I think people were just shocked that those storylines were wasted the way that they were. So that was pretty bleak. So that was amazing. I might have chosen violence, but you guys are the ones who delivered it. That was great. All right. Oh, this is already turning out excellent. All right. Second question. Okay. The second question is, which is the lowest grossing MCU movie at the worldwide box office? Okay. These are all at the bottom. These are all the lowest ones, but I want you to guess which one is the lowest. Okay. I can just grab it from here. All right, so Black Widow, that's a pandemic movie, so that might have really done her in. I mean, Scarlett Johansson sued. Eternals, and then Captain America. He's got a movie in here. What? First Avenger. Okay, so this is a quiz. So the first one was an opinion question. And now this is a quiz question, okay? So I'll give you a minute to vote. You guys are you guys Googling the answer? I didn't think of that. You guys can cheat. Oh, that's funny. I guess maybe in the future it's better to do opinion ones because people might cheat. That's right, Tiff. Don't look it up. Don't cheat. Stay in the moment and have fun. Okay. All right. Oh, I love how quickly you guys are voting. That's fantastic. Okay, I'll give it another 30 seconds. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm ending the poll. Okay, so 49% of you are correct. The Incredible Hulk is the lowest grossing MCU movie to date with just $265 million worldwide. Ouch, that hurts. Then, though, Captain America, the First Avenger, is the second lowest grossing of all time with only 370.5. You can see why Joe Johnston was not invited back to direct any more of those films. Then, unfortunately, Black Widow was hit hard by the pandemic and only came in at 379.7. That's horrible. While Eternals was right after that at 401.7. Even Shang-Chi during the pandemic and all the Ant-Man and the Wasp movies fared better. All right, so that's the second question. Let me get ready to load up the next one. Okay, next question. Here we come. All right, in the comics, who is the first Avenger to lead the team? You should know this if you watch this show regularly, because I bring it up all the time. Here it comes, so you can vote. There we go. Anyone can vote. There it is. Give you a moment. You guys are, this might have been too easy. Although some other people feel like they got it shot. This is the easiest one. I think it is, at least. Tay, this is a live quiz and opinion poll show. Because things are so slow right now, I decided to do a fun stream, at least I hope it's fun, where it's all polls. And it's a combination of quizzes, but then it's also, your thoughts on stuff. Okay. It was Batman, Sean. I wouldn't be surprised. Batman does lead everything. Okay. All right, so we're going to end the poll. There we go. Yes, 72% of you are correct. The Wasp was the first leader of the Avengers. Although 13% of you, I think it's a fair guess, thought it might be Captain America. 8% went with Iron Man, and Nick Fury at 4%. I thought Nick Fury was a good misdirect, but it didn't work because that got the lowest votes. But yeah, it was the Wasp. All right, so next question. All right, this is another pop quiz. Let's see how many of you get this right. This was recently in the news. All right, there we go. All right, who came up with the line, "I am Iron Man"? Here we go. Was it Jon Favreau? Kevin Feige? Was it Robert Downey Jr.? Or was it Stan Lee? There you go. Anyone could vote. You have to be a member to participate in the chat, but anyone can vote in the polls. Okay, so this was recently again in the news. Let's see if you guys have been paying attention to the comic book news stream. Oh, Brian, I'm glad you're having a good time. That's awesome. That makes me very happy. All right. I like how fast everyone's voting. We'll just give it another 30 seconds. Roll the dice. Doesn't hurt. You're not wagering anything. All right. Okay, here we go. Yes. 68% of you are correct. Robert Downey Jr. It was recently in the news that Robert Downey Jr. improvised this line on set. It was not even in the original script. Just going to show, I think that Robert Downey Jr. is missed not only in front of the camera in the MCU, although a lot of you turned on him at the last minute, but I think behind the camera as well. 21% of you thought it might be Jon Favreau, which I think is pretty fair. 7% thought Stan Lee, and then Kevin Feige just 2%. I guess you guys feel he's more of a guide than creative. That's interesting to me that so few of you voted for that. Diego, this is a pop quiz. You can't study for a pop quiz. That's the whole point. All right, so that's the fourth one. Let's get ready for the next one. This is going to be another opinion one. I want to know what you think of some upcoming stuff. You ready? Seattle Lawnerd. Thank you for gifting 20 memberships. It's always so nice to see you. You're always so generous. Okay, here we go. The next question. All right, which upcoming MCU movie are you the most excited about? All right, so I have the rest of phase 5, basically. So, all right, so what is it? Is it the Marvels? Is it Deadpool 3? Is it Captain America 4? Or is it Thunderbolts? And again, anyone can vote. You don't have to be a member to vote. It shows up right in the chat section and anyone can vote. Oh, look at Deadpool 3. Right out of the gate. So hot. But let's see. Let's see if some other fandoms can get in here. Let's see if there's any competition at all. Again, which upcoming MCU movie are you the most excited about? The Marvels, Deadpool 3, Captain America 4, or Thunderbolts? All right. Let's see. I think everyone's voting pretty fast. Yeah, very fast. Very fast. Okay. It's brutal. It's brutal. It's brutal. Oh my gosh. 70% for Deadpool 3. 10% for the Marvels. I mean, it's basically split amongst the rest of the movies, but the Marvels edged out at the last minute there to come out ahead of Captain America 4 and Thunderbolts. But yeah, Deadpool 3 is very much the future of Marvel. All right, I think you're going to like this next one. This next one is fun. Okay, I think they're all fun, but I want to make sure I throw you guys a couple of curveballs here. This is more like juicy. Okay. All right, which Fox X-Men character got the worst treatment? Was it Cyclops? So many choices. Was it Storm? Was it Rogue? Or, I had a tough time going with the fourth, Iceman. All right. Who got the worst treatment? It's tough. I agree, all of the above, Cat Shack, should have been a choice. Because it's all so horrible. You guys can't make up your mind. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, that's right, Shahar. This is tough. I love it. You guys have to pick a main person. You got to pick the most offensive. And so I think it's funny. I'm glad to see that this is more spread out. We don't want them to all be slam dunks. Oh, I hope they can fix it with the MCU. Okay, we'll give it just another moment. Okay, all right. Thank you for tuning in. Again, we're doing a special all polls live stream. It's a combination of pop quiz questions, but then also asking for your opinion on certain stuff in Marvel. And anyone can vote. Only members can chat and leave a comment in the open chat, but anybody can cast a vote. All right, so I'm going to end the poll. Here we go. All right, Cyclops won. 34%. You guys realize, and I agree actually, although I think it's pretty egregious across the board, but Cyclops was done the most dirty. So Cyclops, you guys agree with 34%, then Storm close behind at 29, Rogue at 27, and then you guys feel Iceman was okay at 8%. I think that's because the character isn't that popular in the comics right now. I would agree, Donner. Emma Frost could be much better as well. But I went for main characters. All right, this next one. Oh, again, let me see. I think this one's going to be a little tough or at least controversial for you guys, for some of you. Okay, here we go. All right, who is your favorite Spider-Man? You've got Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and then, I'm putting him in here, Miles Morales. No live action version yet for me to list. All right, let's see. I'm excited to see the votes on this one. I was talking to someone earlier today, and I said I've never seen someone as popular as the popularity of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is such an incredibly popular character. Alien Moose, I'm glad you're having a great time. Yeah, I really, really like, I like Spider-Man, but I don't like Spider-Man to the degree that the Spider-Man fans do. I mean, Spider-Man fans just go nuts. It's incredible to me. Tiff, I don't think I'm going to be able to review the game because I don't want to watch 8 hours of Spider-Man. I wish it was only 4 hours because I was going to do it. But when I saw it was 8 hours, I was like, oh my God. All right, so let's see. Tom Holland's winning, but it's close. It's close. There's no clear winner. I'll give it just another moment with your votes. Okay, here we go. All right, there we are. Okay. All right, Tom Holland just edged out the others at 31%. Miles Morales and Tobey Maguire tied. Isn't that amazing? Because, that just shows that they got to put Miles Morales in live action. The character, but I mean, maybe that would hurt the character. That's going to be really tricky casting. I hope they get it right. But that's incredible. And then Andrew Garfield is a scooch behind because his movies weren't so good at 19%. Although I think they're all pretty good in their own ways, to be honest with you. But I don't know. I got to tell you, I think I recently, like during the pandemic, I rewatched right before actually No Way Home, I rewatched the Tobey Maguire movies, 1 and 2, and they're so good that I kind of feel Tobey Maguire maybe is like the best Spider-Man. I wish he had more to do in No Way Home, but as I told you and was recently confirmed, he only signed on at the very, very last minute. But he's supposed to be in Secret Wars, so I hope he has more to do there. All right, this is a good one. Don't cheat and Google it, okay? Because it's less fun. All right, here we go. Who is the MCU casting director? Okay, let's see if you know the answer to this question. These are all real casting directors, by the way. John Papsadira. All right, Sarah Haley Finn. Avi Kaufman. And then Carrie Barden. All right, there we go. Let's see if you pay attention to the opening credits of the movie. There we go. Don't cheat. Oh, don't cheat, Sean. Come on. Just, you guys. I hope you guys actually know the answer and aren't cheating. All right, let's see. We'll give it a moment. These are all real casting directors, though. If you were a working actor in Hollywood, you would know who all of these people are. Okay, we'll just give it a minute because most people seem to know. Okay, all right. I'm going to end the poll. You guys, for the most part, are correct. Sarah Haley Finn. 60% of you accurately guessed that Sarah Haley Finn is the sole casting director of the MCU. Some of you thought it might be Avi Kaufman. Then John Papsadira and Carrie Barden, you guys didn't have much faith in them at 7 and 6%. I gotta tell you, I think they should have a different casting director or not always the same casting director. I think maybe that contributes to the sameness of the MCU. Hey, Alan, thanks for saying hi. That's funny, Sean Molina. It does seem like it's AI these days. But I think, maybe at the beginning it made it seem more cohesive to have the same casting director. But I think these days, I'm not happy about it. I think something's got to change, and I would consider that being one of the things I changed. Thanks for gifting a membership, Writer Boy. All right. I'm glad some of you did not cheat. I'm taking you at your word for it, but I'm glad. Okay. All right. Now this is a good one. All right. Okay. You ready? Let's see. I'm very curious to see if you know the answer to this one. You ready? All right. There we go. Who was not almost cast as Wolverine before Hugh Jackman got the role? Was it almost... thank you, Michael Reynolds. That's very generous of you. So you want who was not almost cast, okay? Hold on. So that means the other three almost got the role. Okay? There we go. This is a little harder to cheat on. Don't cheat. Okay, so who was not almost cast? Was it almost Doug Ray Scott? Was it almost, Brendan Fraser, Viggo Mortensen, and Russell Crowe? Only one of these guys was not considered. The other three were. So it's a flip. Okay? All right, let's see. You guys are a little less sure on this one. Okay, we'll give it a moment. You're a little slower to vote. I love it. I love that we're doing I'm stumping you guys a little bit more. That makes it a little bit, that adds to the fun. That's funny, Riley Steele. Yeah, it's a trick question. Who was not considered? All right. Okay, I'm going to close it. Okay. All right, so you guys are correct yet again. Hold on. I'm waiting for it to come in. I closed the poll. Where are the answers? There we go. All right, 39% of you were correct. Brendan Fraser was not considered for the role of Wolverine. Although I think he would have been a pretty good choice, quite frankly, Brendan Fraser, especially with, George of the Jungle. But Russell Crowe, so here's some good facts for you. All right, so Doug Ray Scott was actually cast in the role as Wolverine, but had to drop out because Mission Impossible 2 took too long filming where he was playing the villain. So if Mission Impossible 2 had wrapped on time, Doug Ray Scott would be Wolverine. That's gotta hurt. Viggo Mortensen got to the point where he was looking at storyboards, but turned down the role. He was reluctant to do multiple films because he had to sign on for multiple films. And then Russell Crowe. This is the best. Russell Crowe was offered the role, but he said, I don't want it, but you know who I think you might want to take a look at? My buddy Hugh Jackman. And history was made. So I think that's hilarious. So that's great. It just goes to show you how Hollywood works. That Russell Crowe basically cast Hugh Jackman. So I think that's fantastic. All right, next one. Okay. Here's another one that I think might be a little bit tricky for you guys. Okay? All right. Which is the best Marvel Multiverse project so far? All right. So we've got Loki Season 1 and Season 2. We've got What If, the animated series. Spider-Man, No Way Home. And then Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness. All right, there you go. You can vote. And remember, anyone can vote in the poll. Which is the best Marvel Multiverse project so far? And anyone can vote in this poll. Okay, just going to give it a couple of moments there for you to vote. Remember, again, anyone can vote. While only members can comment, anyone can vote. All right. Some of you are thinking about it, I can see. Oh, the vote participants is jumping up. Okay. Okay, I'll give you another moment. Okay, I'm going to end the poll, which I think is pretty interesting. All right, there we go. Hold on here. There we go. All right, Spider-Man No Way Home won at 48%, although Loki Seasons 1 and 2 is somewhat far behind at 32%. Then here's I'm sorry, Wanda fans, you came in dead last with 8%, while What If was third at 10%. So again, Spider-Man No Way Home, 48%, Loki Season 1 and Season 2 at 32%, What If at 10%, and then Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, last place, 8%. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough. That Multiverse of Madness was done over, I think, way too much at the last minute. In my opinion, poke Into the Spider-Verse is an MCU, so that's why it's not in the poll. But I thought Spider-Man No Way Home for sure. I thought Spider-Man No Way Home was very well done. I think it was just such a cultural moment. I think it was incredible. So I agree with the poll, even though I do like Loki quite a bit. All right, so that was that one. Next one. All right, we're moving on along here. All right, now, this is a good one. Oh, this is going to be great. Okay, you ready? You ready? Who is the best MCU couple? Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, thank you, Dancing Dog 60, for gifting some memberships. Is it Wanda Maximoff and Vision? Is it Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter? Is it Peter Parker and MJ? That's the Tom Holland Zendaya versions. Or is it Tony Stark and Pepper Potts? There you go. Let's see what you guys think. Who's the best MCU couple? Oh, I'm wondering. Oh, let's see. Oh, I'm hoping this might be a little bit close. I almost put Stucky in there. I almost did. I didn't put, that's right, Ross. I didn't put Peter Quill and Gamora in there because I felt they broke up, so they're not really a couple anymore. Oh, Elia, you know that Peter Parker and MJ are going to get back together. You know they are. And they're a couple in real life, too. All right, let's see. Everybody's getting a chance to vote here. How's it going? Okay. All right, almost everybody's voted. Oh, I love it. Okay, end the poll. Here we go. Wanda Maximoff and Vision won with 53%. They obliterated the competition. And you know what I have to say to that? I agree. I mean, their dialogue about splitting up and what is grief but love persevering was just incredible stuff. And I can't believe that we don't know when they're going to be back together again. Peter Parker and MJ, second place. I love that. This is all very close, though. It's 16%. Tony Stark and Pepper Potts at 15%. And then Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter at 14%. How nice they finally got a happy ending. But I agree. You can't do better than Wanda and Vision. I think they're a fantastic couple. All right, so, these are some good ones. You guys are going to love this. Okay, let's see if you guys know the answer to this one. Okay? All right. Who was James Gunn's second choice runner-up for Peter Quill after Chris Pratt? Was it Joel Edgerton? By the way, all of these actors were considered for Star-Lord. Lee Pace, Glenn Howerton, or Zachary Levi. That's pretty funny, Haunted Autumn. All right, let's see. Who was James Gunn's runner-up? Who was the second choice? Who would have gotten it if Chris Pratt had said no? And all of these actors were considered. They cast a wide net for Star-Lord. You guys have some pretty funny guesses on this one. But no, it's the second choice is one of these guys. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, this is good. Adam Brody did audition, but he was not the runner-up choice. All right. Okay, I'm going to close the poll. Okay. Here we go. So you guys were actually incorrect on this one. I finally got you. Zachary Levi is an excellent guess, and he did audition for the role, but he was not the runner-up. If Chris Pratt had said no, 22% of you were correct. It would have been Glenn Howerton. Can you believe that? And now I'm all on board the Glenn Howerton train after seeing Blackberry. One of you just tweeted me that they're going to break Blackberry the movie up into 3 parts for an AMC miniseries. I hope people tune in because Glenn Howerton is just so phenomenal. Joel Edgerton, some of you guessed at 19%, and Lee Pace at 13. If only James Gunn had found a role for Glenn Howerton, and he'd never brought him back for anything else, even though he was his second choice. That's crazy. That just goes to show you what a tough business Hollywood is. Glenn Howerton almost got it, and it must kill him. And he hasn't been able to get anything else. And it's been a long time since the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie came out. That's not just nuts. But it gives me a little bit more faith in James Gunn's DC casting, because I think Glenn Howerton would have been phenomenal. I think he would have been very different, though. I think Glenn Howerton wouldn't have had the silliness factor that Chris Pratt does, the sweetness that I think Chris Pratt brings to the role. So I'm glad Chris Pratt took it. I would not have wanted Glenn Howerton instead. That's right, Jules. He is from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Okay, so here's another one, another casting trivia question from Guardians of the Galaxy. Look at this. Who turned down the role of Gamora, who was almost Gamora, before Zoe Saldana took it? All right, so was it Megan Fox? Was it Amanda Seyfried? Was it Elizabeth Banks, who worked with James Gunn a lot? Or was it Franca Potente, who was in The Bourne Identity and Run Lola Run? Okay, so who turned it down? She actually had an offer from Marvel Studios, and she said, no, thank you. And thank goodness, because Zoe Saldana got the role. So Zoe Saldana lucked out, but this actress actually said, I don't want to do it. All right, so let's see. All right, give it another 30 seconds or so. Let's see how the vote turns out. All right. Okay, I'm going to end the poll now. All right, there we go. 58% of you are correct. Amanda Seyfried turned down the role. She didn't want to do all the makeup, have to be painted green. What's with these actresses and ruining their careers over this? The same, after what happened with Mystique, you think she would say, let's do it. And also, she didn't think the film would be successful. Why? Why Amanda Seyfried? And now she would love to be in a Marvel movie, and she hasn't rebounded either. Both Glenn Howerton and Amanda Seyfried were never, sometimes usually you can say, well, that's okay, they went and got a better role. But they have not. 15% of you thought it might be Elizabeth Banks, which I think is a fair guess because she and James Gunn are so close. 13% with Franca Potente, which makes me very happy that you guys know who Franca Potente is. I think she's a believable choice. And then Megan Fox. I'm glad 11% of you went for Megan Fox. Okay, we got 2 questions left. Okay, the rest of these are opinion. All right, that was the last trivia question. Okay. All right, who is your favorite MCU grouping? All right. So we've got the Avengers, we've got the Guardians of the Galaxy, we've got the super soldiers, like Captain America, Bucky, the Black Widow program, or Magic, like Doctor Strange and Wanda. All right, let's see what you guys think. Who's your favorite grouping in the MCU? See if Wanda can rally here. Oh, but the Avengers are pulling ahead because they are the Avengers. That's funny, Ramonzilla. I would say Magic if their movies were better. All right, give it a moment. Yeah, Raphael, it would be great if we could get Wanda without Strange. She really should have her own project, quite frankly. Like with WandaVision. I guess the Avengers really covers all of it, right? If you want to play it that way. Okay, I'll just give it another moment for you to vote. It looks like the Avengers is going to win, but who is going to be the runner-up? It's pretty close. It's pretty close. All right, I'm going to close the poll. All right. So Avengers, 44%. So I hope they get some new Avengers movies out soon. Then Magic. Magic is the runner-up at 26%. You did it, Wanda fans. Oh, that's right. Loki is also in that group. Oh, now I kind of throw my support behind that group. I mean, Wanda and Loki, although their crossover in the recent comics was not good. And then Guardians of the Galaxy is also very close at 22%. So that's a lot of support for that team. I really liked the last movie, so I can see why you would vote that way. And then the Super Soldiers only came in at 7%. Oh, SMR Goose, I'm so glad you're having fun. So that's interesting to me. All right, so we're going to end. I chose another banger for the last question. Okay, the last question. Here we go. Which upcoming Marvel Disney Plus show are you the most worried about? So this is not what you're looking forward to. Which are you concerned about? All right, so Daredevil, Born Again. Again, it could be potentially all of the above, but you got to pick one. Agatha, Darkhold Diaries, or whatever it ends up being called. Echo, or Ironheart. All right, which one are you the most worried about? What are you worried about? Which show is making you awfully nervous? Oh, I'm glad you're having fun, Raditaraxia. Yeah, Cat Shack. I mean, Echo, there's not that many shows that are definitely coming up, so that's why I put Echo in there. I really feel it's between Daredevil and Agatha, although I'm surprised how spread out this vote is. I'll close the poll in a second. All right, let's see. Just you have another anyone can vote. You don't have to be a member to vote. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm closing the poll. 36% of you are the most worried about Daredevil Born Again. I'm not surprised, considering they're starting over from scratch. Well, not totally from scratch, but pretty much. Then, interestingly, 27% of you are worried about Echo. Echo came in second. I think maybe because, what could it do to the MCU brand overall? Because it really just does feel like a total waste of everyone's time. And those are the two Daredevil properties. That's crazy. Then Agatha, Darkhold Diaries, is at 22%. I'm very, very nervous about that. And then Ironheart. I guess Ironheart can feel good that she came in last at 12%. So people are like feeling, that one is the least to worry about, quite frankly. So that's funny. All right. So those are the questions. Does anyone want to submit a question? Oh, Writer Boy, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Does anyone want to submit a question? I'll put it into the poll. I'll put it into the poll machine. This is your chance to ask the questions. Thanks, Bruce Wayne. I'm glad you enjoyed today's stream. You're enjoying today's stream. Adam Byers will do DC next if there's nothing happening tomorrow, which is a very strong chance. So I think nobody. See, it's hard to come up with a question. I don't see any questions. Oh, here's one. Asami has one. Can you do favorite MCU hero without powers? Okay. Yes, I can. Although Star-Lord technically has powers. So they all kind of technically do. Black Widow, I guess Hawkeye and Nick Fury don't. But, it's fine. We'll go along with it. Nick Fury, and then Star-Lord. Hold on. All right, you guys can vote here. Oh, yeah, Daredevil. That's right. But he kind of has powers. I think he got hit with toxic waste in the face. So, yeah, he has powers, too. Hawkeye is really like the only person here without powers. Let's see here. Wanda's attorney. I like your question. Let's see. Okay. But let's close this one first. Okay. All right. So Black Widow was number 1. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I like Black Widow. I hope that Yelena really shines. Sam Wilson doesn't have any powers. That's right. All right. And in this poll, Black Widow won at 61%, followed by Star-Lord at 16%. Hawkeye at 14%, and Nick Fury at 8%. Okay, hold on. Here's the poll. We have a new one. Which upcoming MCU film would you shelve? Ooh, I love it. Blade, Armor Wars, Fantastic Four. I don't think anybody's going to shelve that. Or Kang Dynasty. I would shelve Kang Dynasty. All right, there we go. You guys can vote in that one. Okay. Let's see what the vote is. Can I do more than one? Oh, I can't do more than one poll at a time. All right, hold on. Oh, I'm surprised at the results for this. Good question. All right, so the results are, here we go. That's surprising. 40% would cut Armor Wars, but that's supposed to bring back Tony Stark. 34% agree with me and would cut Kang Dynasty, whereas 21% would cut Blade, and then only 3% though would cut Fantastic Four. That's funny. That's interesting. All right, let me see. I got one more here. This is favorite member of the Marvels. I like it because let's try and put some positivity on this movie, which desperately needs it. And remember, Goose is the cat. All right. Who's your favorite member? There you go. Anyone can vote. Anybody. You don't have to be a member to vote. The cat does count, Marty. That's Goose. Vote for Goose. Oh, look, Monica's winning so far. Isn't that nice? That's director Nia DaCosta's favorite. Oh, you know, Salvadorian. They should put Madison on the Marvels. That movie would do great if Madison was on the Marvels. That would make me very happy. Okay. I think next time for questions, I'll have you submit them on Twitter because it's hard for me to see them here. All right, so I ended the poll. Oh yeah, poor Carol, she's last. Okay, Monica at 31%, Kamala at 26%, then Goose the cat at 21%, and then poor Carol is dead last at 20%. Ah, that sucks. But that was very interesting, I felt. All right, so does anybody have any questions or any comments they would like to say about Marvel? We'll do the Q&A section now for 10 minutes. Where'd it go? There we go. All right, I hope everybody liked this type of stream. You can ask me questions about Marvel only, please, for 10 minutes. Jordan Sharkey, I do not know who the cast for Fantastic Four is beyond Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, although I told you I heard not to count out Matt Smith. Dwight Baldwin says, what will you do to fix Daredevil? I think I'd do what they're doing. You know, I'm glad they're bringing in new talent behind the scenes. Let's see here. Sana says, Grace, I went out with a coworker and we discussed the strikes, figured we both watch you. Oh, that's so, oh, I'm glad BTT community members are hooking up. That's great. I'm glad everything went well. I'm glad you had a BTT love connection. Devin, I think Sylvie's arc is pretty good. I really hate her new hair, so it's hard for me. Menacanta, my favorite Spider-Man, I said it was Tobey Maguire, but I like all the Spider-Men. Whelm says, which MCU character, movies only, in your opinion, has the best cheer moment? What's a cheer moment? I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Ethan says, on the scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think it is they could shelve Kang Dynasty? I think it's totally going to depend a lot on the verdict of the case that Jonathan Majors is dealing with. Right now, I'd say it's not impossible, but I think it's unlikely. Although a lot of people didn't like Victor Timely's performance either. I mean, I told you I thought it didn't work when it started, but I came to enjoy it towards the end of the episode. But Charlie Alex says, hey Grace, fun stream. Do you know if Disney will get any money from the Spider-Man 2 game? I don't believe so. Besides, you know, whatever they paid Marvel for the license, whatever that deal is. Jose says, is the contraption Victor Timely created at the end of episode 3 of Loki the ship he uses in Quantumania? I can't tell you because it's going to be explained in this week's episode. So it's a spoiler. I don't want to ruin the episode. Kyle Selby says, do you think Jeff the Land Shark will ever show up in the MCU? Deadpool's pet shark? Maybe. If anyone would do it, it would be a Deadpool movie. Cole Jackson says, do you think Kevin Feige is taking special care with the X-Men rollout? After reading the new MCU, The Reign of Marvel Studios book, he has a history with them, and I think he'll take special care. Yeah, I don't know how legit that book is. I've been seeing a lot of people quoting it, but he did, of course, come from that, you know, from the X-Men. That's his first Hollywood gig, pretty much, after working with Richard Donner. So, yeah, I think so. Oh, my pleasure, Asami. I hope he does, because I hope he can't. If he messes up the X-Men, it's going to be a disaster. Tammy says, Grace, love the stream. Who do you think should be the next major villain for Marvel? I don't know. I think Doom might be a little bit silly for the general public. And I think Galactus is going to be like, I don't know if people are going to really understand Galactus. They're going to be like, he eats planets. What? I'd love to see Magneto from the X-Men step forward more. I wish that Secret Invasion hadn't been wasted the way that it was. So let's see what happens. But I think it's tough. And I wish the comic books were better, because the comic books are supposed to be able to provide this material. And the companies, both Warner Brothers and Disney, have ruined Marvel and DC Comics. And that's really a problem for going forward. Let's see here. Harlequin Dove says, thoughts on a new Wolverine casting? Who would you cast? I like Taron Egerton, although I think he'd be a better Cyclops. I don't know. I guess I'd love to find somebody new, just like nobody knew who Hugh Jackman was. Maybe they should be like, hey, Russell Crowe, who else do you know? 80s model, I think that Madam Web trailer was never going to come out this week. And if it was, it would have been today. Bruce Wayne says, what big bad would you like the Avengers to fight? I don't know. That's tough. I'm not sure off the top of my head, I'm afraid. Jeff Eckert says, with Elizabeth Olsen's recent comments and her longtime desire to play with the X-Men, could that be Wanda's next big MCU chapter? Could she bridge the MCU X-Men? Maybe. Maybe they could do Avengers versus X-Men. It didn't work out so well in the comics, but you could get a pretty good brawl that way. Aneka says, will Coulson or Quake Daisy ever come back? I don't know about Coulson, but I heard that Quake was coming back. I would think that she was... my guess would be Secret Wars. Ben 10 says, I think they should keep Kang Dynasty, but with better writers. I really think that She-Hulk and Moon Knight could be better developed in the new lineup. Yeah, I heard that She-Hulk and Moon Knight were probably going to be Avengers in the Kang Dynasty movie, but I don't know what's going to happen with it now. Devin Henderson says, any chance the MC will make Kingpin mayor of New York City? Yeah, I think that's like what they were going to go with the Daredevil show. Oh, Shay, I'm very sorry for your loss. I'm glad we could distract you. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that happened. My condolences, Shay. CF Williams says, Grace, Thunderbolts can be fantastic. What does it really need? What excitable villain? Well, let's see what they do with, although wouldn't it be weird if Stephen Yeun was basically doing Omni-Man, right? That would be so weird. The Blue Critic says, do you think that the X-Men could be the next Marvel saga? I think that's tough. I think they've never really meshed very well with the rest of Marvel in the comics. I think X-Men are always best in their own space. Josh, I'm not sure if Paramount ever considered buying Marvel before Disney. I think nobody thought, because you'd have to buy the comic book company, and at that point, nobody was doing stuff like that. I mean, I guess Warner Brothers owned DC, but they hadn't really blazed a path at that point. I think Paramount was happy with the deal that they had. Georgie says, loving the stream, Grace. When do you realistically think the MCU will bring back Elizabeth Olsen? I don't know. I honestly, maybe she might have a small role in Agatha, but she's not the focus of that show. Jordan Saylor says, do you think Andrew Garfield will do a Spider-Man 3 eventually? You know, I would think they would have fast-tracked him, quite frankly, after the success of, No Way Home. And I don't know why they're wasting their time on all these really bad Spider-Man spin-offs. Michael McKenna says, when will you have a chance to see the Marvels? I'm not sure. It'll be closer to the date. But I'm not sure, Michael. I don't have any information on that just yet. I think it is actually pretty close. Right? It's November 10th, right? I better put it in my planner to ask about that. Okay. I didn't watch Werewolf by Night in color, Marvelous Jack. You think it lost some of its charm? That's interesting. Maybe that's why they decided to switch it to black and white for the release. Hey, Daniel. I'm glad you were able to just say hi at least. Official Liam says, Grace, would you just stop making MCU shows altogether and just focus on movies? No, I wouldn't do that, but I'd make a heck of a lot less shows. I'd maybe only do 2 shows a year for MCU, and I would make them long. I'd make them 8 to 10 episodes. And I'd really do a deep dive like they promised they would do in the first place. I think the way they're handling it right now is bad. And I think there are too many movies that come out every year. It should be 2 and 2. I think 3 Marvel movies a year is too much. Oh, Jason, you're going to do a second watch for Hawkeye for Christmas? That's great. I love that it's going to be added to your Christmas collection. Jose, they are definitely doing Young Avengers. Young Avengers is coming up fast. That's all I can say. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. In fact, I'm sure I did. Is the lack of central figure something that will be fixed in the future? Infinity Saga had the trinity of Tony, Cap, and Thor. This saga lacks that core. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go back, Jennifer. I'm going for your super chat. I hope they figure it out, but I think they've spread themselves so thin. Daniel Kemp says, I'm not a huge comic book reader, but there is supposed to be a big bad in Secret Wars. Is it supposed to be Kang? It could be Kang. Basically, it's whoever decided to make them all go on to Battle World and fight each other. Yeah, gamer on a budget. Shang-Chi, he was supposed to be a big deal, but it's just not working at all. Let me go back. How did I miss your super chat? I hope I can find it. No, I can't find it. Just I'll put it in the questions. I'm sorry. Who asked that? I feel awful. Hold on. No. Oh, Jennifer S. Jennifer S., please write it in the comments just regularly and I will answer your question. Okay, I'm just waiting for Jennifer. All right, Jennifer. Write it again, please. Mike, you think, I don't know, I think Marvel's in an impossible place about Jonathan Majors, quite frankly. Because they don't want to seem like they're abandoning him either. Where's Jennifer? Oh, I asked you if you had any Ironheart news at all. I'm afraid I don't. I mean, I know some spoilers, which have been pretty much spoiled, but I'm not going to do it. But yeah, I mean, there's like some cool reveals that are set for that show, but I don't have anything that I can share with you that won't ruin the show. But thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad I was able to answer your question. Shahar, I don't know when you're going to get the X-Men. I think you're going to get some X-Men in Secret Wars. Maybe even Deadpool 3. John Thrasher says, is there a Loki snack for this week? I don't think so. Not this week. Oh, you know what? Hot chocolate. I think you should have some hot chocolate. There you go. That'll do it. Riley still says, Grace, who is your favorite X-Men? Oh, I like all the X-Men. I'm really a big X-Men fan. Oh, it's 4:02. I'm sorry I missed some of your chats. Let me see. Let me go back and see just a couple. Mike says, I think majors should just be let go by Marvel. We already answered that. Oa says, where's the AO? I don't know what AOS stands for. Sometimes when you do abbreviations, you risk that I don't know what you're abbreviating. Edge says, no way Kang Dynasty gets shelved. It's the Infinity War to Secret Wars Endgame. Also, is Wanda in Deadpool 3 or not? I don't want Deadpool 3 to be another No Way Home or Multiverse of Madness. You know, I mean, I'm trying not to ruin this stuff. Donner says, what X-Men comic storylines do you think MCU should use for their first solo movies? I think it's tough because Fox has already gone through it so much and really covered all the big stories. It's really rough. Mystic says, hey, Grace, my first stream as a member ever since following in 2017. Oh, I love it. Better late than never. I'm so glad you're a member finally. All right, shout-outs. No Q&A, shout-outs. What's everybody doing? Let me say hi to you. What are you up to? Oh, Carson says, what was the better Marvel ride, Cosmic Rewind or Mission Breakout? Oh, Cosmic Rewind. That's just insane. It's just an insane ride. Thanks, Zunigator. I love you too. Andrew is on the treadmill, definitely trying to be more active. Good for you. While Adam is doing the opposite, lying in bed, watching with my dog Blue. They're both good. They're both good. Oh, I'm sorry, Roll the Bryce. I'm sorry I missed your chat. Melissa Worcester is drawing penguins in rural upstate New York. Oh, I love that. That's so wonderfully specific. Did you draw that bee, Melissa? And then MM92 is hanging up Halloween decorations while Bill Wagner is searching for jobs in Dallas. Oh, break a leg. I hope it goes well for you. Danny, always nice to hear from you in Guatemala. Working at the moment. That's great. Keith says, sorry for missing the streams because of school. I always watch after. But you have your Emerald badge. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, that's great, Keith. Don't worry about it. I'm glad. I hope school is going well. Ricardo Sanchez says, delayed watching Big Brother UK to catch the stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. Love from Brian and Ricardo in Edinburgh. Oh, and now you can watch Big Brother. Alwatch says, you missed my super chat, but I just wanted to ask what Marvel comics are you reading right now? Not too many. I think comics are in a really sorry state, but I am excited to read the new Wonder Woman tomorrow. I hope maybe Tom King steps things up a little bit. Fritz is in Bavaria, Germany, dreading another stressful day in the atelier. Oh, wow, that's awesome. That rhymes as well. That's very, very German, Fritz. I love it. Emilio says, climbing Machu Picchu. Are you really? And listening to BTT in Peru. That is awesome. I love it that I'm on the mountain with you. Josh says, walking my dog. Oh, what a cute emoji. And Dwayne Morel says, at work eating snacks on my lunch break in Barbados. Oh, wow, what a great place to live. Well, Ben 10 is preparing his lunch for tomorrow at work in France. Ooh la la. I love you too, Ben. Tammy is sipping on pumpkin spice coffee in your movie math mug. Oh, that makes me happy. Oh, my pleasure, Fritz. Germany's beautiful. I've never had a chance to go there myself, but I know some people who have, and they really liked it. Michael is back at work in Chicago. As always, thanks for the entertainment distraction. My pleasure, Michael. Dakota says, getting ready to watch last night's you're watching Big Brother too. Wow, Big Brother's popular. Let's see here. Jay, yes, Tom King's doing the new Wonder Woman. I mean, I thought the first issue was only okay, but Tom King can be interesting, so I'm not ready to give up on it. Rashad says, about to nap before work. Loved the idea of the stream. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad you liked it. Dan and Drew, you want more BTT merch? I'll try and dream some up. It's tough. It's harder than you would think. And then Mike Media says, at the gym working out and then picking friends up at the airport, but I hope your weekend went well. Thanks, Mike Media. You sound like you're a very good friend. And then Juan Cruz says, hi, Grace. I didn't have the chance to join the streams lately. I'm going through a lot as I'm getting ready to emigrate to another country. The economy in my country is unlivable. Well, Juan Cruz, I'm sorry that that's happened to you, but I'm glad that you are not only going to make the move, but I'm really glad that you are really working hard to make sure it's as successful as possible. And even, of course, work on focusing on that. And I can't wait. We all can't wait to hear how it turns out. Let's see here. Edge says, just got home from school, getting ready to play Borderlands with your grandpa. Sounds like your grandpa is awesome. And then Bear Goddard says, recording Big Brother UK to watch after Pilates. Wow, a lot of you are watching Big Brother UK. I'm impressed. And Rodney says, do more fan opinion videos like this. Oh, my pleasure. We'll do DC tomorrow unless there's some big news stories. And Mr. Sweet Tooth says, currently in bed, it's 11 p.m. in Africa, sending joy and love from Kenya. Oh, it's always so nice to hear from you, Mr. Sweet Tooth. And then Rodotaraxia is playing MK1, making steaks in the oven. You're having quite the evening. Well, Denzel is baking chocolate chip cookies. Oh, you guys are making me hungry. I'm going to have breakfast for dinner today. I'm going to do fried eggs and toast. I'm excited about it. And then Raphael says, I had my final exam to become a healthcare assistant. Oh, how wonderful. That's fantastic and very, very wonderful of you. And then Tanvi says, just joined the live. I'll watch the stream in the morning. Going to sleep now. It's 1 a.m. in India. My sleep schedule is out of whack. I know what that's like, Tanvi. It's important to get back on track. And this stream will be here in the morning. And Adrianix is having a blast from Puerto Rico. Can we do this quiz show again? We will. We will. I'm so glad you guys liked it. That makes me so happy. And it was a BTT viewer who recommended it. I forgot the name, unfortunately. But I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed this. I had a great time, too. And I'm glad we were able to do something new and interesting while it's so slow. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, bye, everybody. Goodbye. Bye-bye.